briefly how it works, the gambit?
Okay, well, the idea was to kind of like look back at the history of Umno because they're celebrating a significant milestone here, 70 years, right? So it's important for various reasons. One of them is that they've lasted this long and now they've reached this time in their history. So we wanted to look back at the what made Umno what it is today, right? So that started before the formation of Malaysia when the first president of Umno, which is Dato' Jafar, right, founded Umno, right? And then how it moves through the other presidents which were also prime ministers, right? So in order to do that, we had to look at all the old footages, all the newsreels, news clippings, photographs that are available online to see the journey that Umno took to get where it is today. Right? From there, we wanted to create a gimmick for this. They're not actually celebrating the anniversary, they're celebrating the launch of the PWTC KL, the renewed PWTC complex. But the idea was to invoke the past, to see where they'd been, where they are now, and where they're going to. Right. So they do have an interesting history, and that's also something that we wanted to bring out through this presentation. You know, given the time constraints, there's only so much that we could actually do. So to invoke the past and look at what they've done, how they got here, we decided to go for the previous 6 presidents of Umno, not prime ministers, but the presidents of Umno, because the first one he wasn't actually a prime minister. So then we had to look at a lot of, in order to do the modeling for the previous presidents, you had to look at a lot of old footages, a lot of old pictures, right, newsreels, that kind of thing, just to get them from every angle, from every aspect, to see how they looked then, how they moved, you know. And I think we managed to translate that well into today's presentation. And the rest of the presentation dealing with the trains and then the other aspects of it that some of it which was programmed but not used today, that would show where Umno is heading to, right? And being one of the main components in the Barisan Nasional Coalition, of course, they are also in charge of leading the country, right? So then that would show essentially where they together with the other component parties, of course, intend to take the country to. There was also another aspect of the presentation. You notice that tigers featured quite prominently, right? So the idea behind that was that tiger is a symbol of Malaysia, right? It's been there since before there was even a Malaya, you know. So we decided to use that as the symbol to signify the country in this presentation. So they accompanied the trains in. They appeared before the presidents came. And so that's the idea behind the tigers, why they featured so prominently in this presentation.
We have 10 people working on this project, and it took us around 1 month to complete everything. So all the 3D for the presidents, of course we want it to be as looking as real as possible. So it took us a lot of time to create them, and yeah, one month for 10 people. Yeah.